Hi guys, today I am going out on my first solo canoe trip, so stick around. Thanks for sticking around, guys. If this is the first time joining me, welcome to Aeetos Outdoors. My name is David, this is my channel, and it's all about my journey into the outdoors. So whether it's hiking, backpacking, camping, canoeing, whatever it is, if you enjoy that sort of content, then please consider subscribing. Click the button down here and press the bell button for notifications. Okay, with that out of the way, we are going to be canoeing the Kennedy River again, but this time I am by myself. I'm going to have a little play around with my new GoPro. I've got some GoPro accessories, clamps and things, so I'm going to have a bit of fun filming. And there's a car coming past, so we're just going to pause. So, as I was saying, it's a little experimentation trip, really. I'm going to try paddling by myself for the first time, so I'm going to be in a different position in the canoe. I've got some different filming accessories, like I said, GoPro. I've got my iPhone that I'm filming on now, so I'm just going to have a play around and everything. It's about noon now. There's a bit of a lineup to get down to the boat launch right now, so I am just gonna wait it out, and then I'll be back once we get started. So I've launched from the boat launch. Right now, I just saw a bald eagle come down and try to catch a fish in the river, and it missed, and I couldn't turn my camera around in time. So I'm kind of bummed about that. So I've launched. I don't have anything tied down right now because I felt like there was a bit of pressure at the boat launch. It was pretty busy, and there'd been some people that were camping there, so they kind of delayed things. Then this guy launched his speedboat, and then it was my turn. So I'd taken all my gear down beforehand and just tried to launch as quickly as possible, while at the same time filming for you guys. So I am on the river right now. It is an absolutely glorious day. It is beautiful. It's so warm. It is so warm. There's a tiny little breeze, which is nice just to keep things cool. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and paddle to where Laura and I got to last time. So I'm going to paddle up to the bog park as my starting point, and then I'll show you new footage from there because you've already seen that. Right now, I'm actually sitting on the front seat facing the opposite direction, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down to a kneeling position. I just wanted to kind of get out of the way before I started that, so I'll try and get some footage of me doing that. So I've made it to the next bend in the river after where we were last time. And it's pretty interesting because as you're coming down the river, it just looks like it stops, like it's got quite a hard right turn, and you can't really see it until you get much closer. And then it's a sort of little dog leg, and it carries on off in that direction. I've just found a nice little spot to stop. The wind is pretty chill here. It's must be a nice spot just out of the wind. So I'm just sort of floating in place. I've been canoeing into the wind. So when you canoe into the wind, it tends to push your bow towards the side that you're paddling on. So I was paddling on my right side, so I was getting pushed this way, which was good because my J strokes aren't that great. So I'm actually having the wind push me this way, and then I paddle and it pushes me back. Wind pushes me, paddle pushes me back. So I was keeping relatively straight course. So that was great. I've seen a kingfisher. Again, wasn't quick enough to get to the phone. By the time I realized it was a kingfisher, it had flown past me. I've seen a few Stella Jays, and I think I saw a frog. It just, I disturbed something when I pulled up to this spot, and I heard a splash in the water ahead of me, but it's since disappeared. So what I've done, and I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, is I've set the GoPro up here. I might actually push it further away so it gets a better angle of me paddling. I think that's the plan. And then I will experiment with some paddling on the way back. It is boiling hot today, and as you can see, I'm pretty pinked up already. I do have sunscreen on, but I'm pretty pinked up already. So I'm going to turn around, head back, test out some GoPro footage, and see how we do. Oh, also the back of my neck feels a bit burnt too. Great. That's what happens when you have pasty white skin like me. You get sunburned. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. So I'll check back in with you later. is the end of my canoe trip. Now, I may look like I'm in a slightly different location, and that is because my footage corrupted. So I filmed the end of my video on the bridge overlooking the boat launch, and when I played back the footage, there was no audio. So I'm having to re-record this out in my garden. So welcome to my garden. So the trip was awesome. I learned a few things. One, that my J-stroke definitely needs work. I know as you pull the stroke, you turn your thumb down and that turns the paddle. So hopefully I can work on that. The more I go out, the better I will get. Another thing I noticed is that when I do the power phase, is I'm scraping the paddle along the side of the boat. So have to work out some way of doing it better. Whenever I have the GoPro or my phone mounted here, the audio, you get a lot of bangs as I'm hitting the canoe. So that's something else to work on. One other thing was it turned out to be super warm. So I left about midday. I got back about 2:30. So it was 2:30, 2:45. I did just under 8K. I'll link the Garmin track from my watch because I tracked the trip. I'll link that here so you can see, or I'll have it superimposed so you can see that. It was super hot, as I was saying. So you will have seen I took off my buff, dipped it in the water, and then pulled it on, used it to cover my face, the back of my neck, and then just had sort of this area showing. It does a great job of keeping you cool. It keeps the bugs off your ears. There were some very inquisitive bees that were buzzing around me at quite a few points, so the buff trick definitely keeps you warm. With the GoPro, I did end up putting it further forward to get a better view, and I did take some underwater footage, which worked, but you didn't really get to see anything. There was no fish swimming by, and you couldn't really make out much. There wasn't a great deal of visibility, so I've decided not to put that in, but I will work on some more exciting underwater footage for you, I hope, in the near future. Other than that, as you may have seen from one of the last clips of me kind of struggling to get this beast onto the car, is that this is definitely better as a two-person canoe. Managing this singly, getting it onto the car, then getting it off the car when I first started the trip, getting it back on afterwards when I was kind of mildly heat-stricken, possibly. It was very difficult, and my back is definitely feeling it over the last few days. So I am going to focus more on two-person canoe trips than single-person canoe trips, because this is huge, it is a beast, and can fit a great amount of cargo in it, but moving it around as a single person is a struggle. That is the end of my video. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed my solo canoe trip. If you do have any feedback, if you're a professional canoeist and you can comment on strokes and things, please comment down below. Let me know. Give me some feedback. Like I've said before, I do want to improve. So criticisms are welcome. That's everything, guys. So thanks so much for joining me again. I will see you soon, I hope. Take care. Bye bye.